and it just starts blowing air down your entire body. Airflownow.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Poor boy raised amid turn-of-the-century New Orleans, Louis Armstrong became one of the most recognizable people on Earth. Visit dropbiscuit.com today and check out the trailer to our first original series, Pops, The Louis Armstrong Story, starring Reno Wilson. Subscribe today. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, I'm in a good mood today, boys. I don't know why the Push It to Limit's hitting extra hard today with Scarface in the background. Super excited. Not so excited Ole Miss won a national championship, but thanks to DraftKings, did make a little money on it. When this men's college World Series final started, there were like it was pretty crazy. I think I spread it out amongst like 4 different teams, but if any one of the 4 won, I was guaranteed to turn an overall profit. And yeah, you know what helps when, what do they call it? Maybe an emotional hedge when one of your rivals or a team you hate is having success. Maybe ride on the train. You make a little money off them, and then you laugh and you say, well, at least they got that. The worst part is, though, when you try to do that and then you lose money. and they still do better than you, and that's a recipe for frustration. The point is, thanks to DraftKings, I wasn't a complete loser when Ole Miss won, and you can go check it out right now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. That is the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Promo code Baton Rouge. They always have great deals, great promos going on as well. Remember, the winnings from one can be brought over into the fantasy app. I mean, it's shared, right? So you can go win some money playing fantasy as well. If you want to gamble on any baseball, anything, soccer, anything, it's all there for you at DraftKings. Download the app today. Remember, you got to be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner, Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. And we are back on YouTube. Shout out, Danny. Nice job getting it up and running over there. Are we back on YouTube? We are? Okay, we're good to go. Sorry, I tried to bring it up. I didn't see it right away. And so if you want to get involved in the chat, go ahead, go over there, hit the like button, help share it. So we're getting off to a bit of a slow start today, thanks to the power outage last night. If we had a rundown on the screen right now, it would say Brian Kelly pool party. And you would be saying, what? What is this about? Well, I'm going to have to give credit to Wilson Alexander, who wrote a great piece in The Advocate today, where that was one of the main teases of the piece. But what this piece is a sign. It was a breakdown of what an official visit looks like today at LSU. And it's pretty fascinating for a couple of reasons. First off, it looks like Wilson got some excellent access, as he was almost embedded, or maybe he was just taking information from the recruits, but he got a very good breakdown of exactly what it looks like. Why it's really fascinating, though, is this is the first time where you can do these official visits in the spring, okay? Not during the football season. And that changes things pretty drastically, quite honestly, because it affords opportunities that were never there before, such as going to a pool party at Brian Kelly's house, which I don't know why I think that's so funny. I picture Coach Kelly having like an absolutely meticulous house. Like, okay, this is kind of funny too, but FDR back in the day, right, when he was president, he would always have a cocktail hour. And it's not that he was like a huge drinker, but I think he viewed the ability of people to get together and to talk and everything as crucial to success and trying to make deals happen, all this other sort of stuff, right? And he would drink. Like he would be the one mixing all the cocktails. I picture Brian Kelly in the same way, right? He's never going to overdrink. He's not going to get drunk, but he's going to be meticulously dressed for the situation. Like he will have pool casual down, like the same way you watch a Mr. Rogers episode, and you know how it's so deeply satisfying when you see him slowly take off his shoes and zip up his jacket and put on his shoes and slowly tie them. Like that's essentially going to be Brian Kelly, but in pool casual. He's going to mix you the perfect drink, and y'all are going to sit there and amicably chat and have fun over a couple of hours. Not a very long time. It's not a party till question marks. It's not going to devolve into degeneracy. Okay, this is a classy party. But these new spring visits, it allows him to show off that class. And maybe my favorite part about all of this, though, is just the amount of food that they feed these players and these families. So they show up, and in their room, in the Renaissance, there's handwritten welcome signs, there's LSU bracelets and stacks, there are multiple box combos from Raising Cane's sitting on the bed. You go to sleep, then you wake up. And if you don't know this, one of the hidden gems in BR here is the Renaissance has a great breakfast buffet. Like if you love a good classic breakfast buffet with like super thick link sausage, which I absolutely do, you can go check it out. So you eat breakfast there. Later in the day, you get a buffet at Walk-Ons for lunch. Then you go tour the stadium at night. Then you go to the South Stadium Club, and they have guessed it, another buffet featuring alligator tacos, fried catfish, fried chicken, mac and cheese, green beans, cornbread, boudin balls. After the dinner, the players go out with their player hosts, and then the parents head over to Brian Kelly's house for a party. This is a direct quote from one of the players' fathers. Quote, "At first I was a little skeptical. He opened up more than when he was at Notre Dame. He opened up a whole lot more. His personality's pretty cool." And it's kind of fascinating because it does beg the question, is Brian Kelly cooler at LSU than he was at Notre Dame? And was Brian Kelly ever really as stuffy as we maybe perceived him to be? Or, like the expert politician that he is, that's where his background is, right? We all know this. Does he kind of morph like, you would want your head coach to do, honestly? Does he morph to the situation at hand? And at Notre Dame, it required a bit more of an august, yes, we are academic and we care about this and that. And no, there will be no freshman dorms. You'll be staying with the students. And here at LSU, he needs a little more dirt, a little more grime, a little more realness. Either way, there's direct proof from a player's father who was recruited at both Notre Dame and LSU by Brian Kelly that LSU Brian Kelly cooler than Notre Dame Brian Kelly. So that's day one. Day two, this time both the pool must be the hotness, right? Because the parents go on night one. Day two, there's a straight pool party at Kelly's house for both players and parents. They get there. There's footballs, volleyballs, water guns, floaties shaped like the state of Louisiana. They are really leaning into the Louisiana thing with, the alligator tacos and everything else. There's a Kona ice station. Who doesn't love a Kona ice station where you get to do the flavoring? You can do as much or as little as you want. I like to pack that thing full. And there's also a crawfish and crab boil. I mean, come on, dude. What do they say? What's the way to a man's heart, boys?
Food.
Okay, well, yes, essentially. You can say it a little more eloquently. The way to answer this, do you know the correct answer?
Like anatomic, yeah.
No, not anatomically correct. We don't need that. That's just going to get gross. No, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for. The way, because you get it, you go to the heart, through the stomach, like, whatever. So you get the point. And LSU is leaning into that theory. So we already have the breakfast buffets, 3 buffets on day one, another breakfast buffet, the pool party with the crab and crawfish boil. Where do you go for dinner? Texas de Brazil. How about that? And before any of you start, no. I never stood up on the table and swing meat at Texas de Brazil. That is patently untrue. I was just alerted a couple of years ago that this was a message board rumor that had been accepted as truth. It is not true. I have never done that. I wish I could find this menu. I looked for it. But the book Devil in the White City, it's about H.H. Holmes. I think people call him maybe the first American serial killer. It's a really horrifying story. Chicago World's Fair back in like the 1910s or 1908 maybe. And he basically built an insane murder complex in which he was the only one that knew the full layout, and he had all sorts of secret rooms. It's a horrifying story. But in this book, it tells his story along with telling the story of those who brought the World's Fair to Chicago. And within that, there's a bunch of super rich architects all eating this meal. And it's no wonder everybody had gout, because the meal was like 30 entrees long. It had cigarette breaks in it. It had cigar breaks afterwards. It had it had everything. I feel like that's the same vibes that I'm getting here from this official visit. But look, the key in all of this, first off, I think that's a good pitch by LSU, right? I mean, you're showing the facility, showing the stadium. Everybody says the coaches are real. You do the photo shoots and everything with the uniforms. You get to put them on social media. But the key to all of this is that this never could have happened in the past, because official visits were only during the season. And anytime you have a setting like college football as we know it right now, where it is so drastically changing, seemingly fundamentally changing on a day-to-day basis, it's really hard to stay ahead of the curve, right? And so having a coach like Brian Kelly, who didn't just copy and paste his fall official visits into spring, but has pretty drastically changed them, right? With multiple pool parties, doesn't love a pool party in summer. But you get the point, right? It's pretty drastically changed him. That is someone who speaks to being forward-thinking, attempting to stay ahead of the curve. And look, you're not always going to hit. Maybe you're going to miss sometimes. Some people may do it better than you. But at least you are trying something new. I also think the other big takeaway here is that, yes, it's not just you feeling this. LSU Brian Kelly is different than what Notre Dame Brian Kelly was. I really enjoyed that piece by Wilson. I would say go and check it out. Click on the Advocate, go read it, go support his excellent work. Okay, we're having some phone troubles. Hopefully coming up next, we got Ben McDonald. We'll see. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to GEAUXroof.com, GEAUXroof.com, 927-8300, 927-8300. Preston Salazzi. Brian Kelly's College Football's Great Gatsby. I love that. Look, they spell it GEAUX for a reason, okay? They're from here. And all they care about is making sure the community's roofing needs are taken care of. That's why they offer free professional estimates. So you call them up, you see how easy it is to set up a time. They come out, they look at your roof, they make sure, and then they let you know what's going on for free. No dispatch fee, No, none of that. Okay. So you call them up, you get them out of your home. You got it, Bo? Phone's working? Oh, let's go, Bo Wegman. Yeah. And then you make a fully informed decision about what to do next. Okay. So maybe it's some big work that needs to be immediately done. Maybe something small you can put off till you're a little more solvent. Maybe there's nothing wrong at all. That's great. Go Roof can give you those answers for free. They also have a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of that manufacturer warranty. Go Roof!
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical.
Jimmy Charles Handegriff in Roscoe, live from Spoken Hub, the Monday evening edition of Game Time, presented by Bet Rivers. Do we have a Game 3 in the College World Series Championship Series? Talk about that, recap of the draft, and everything else. Game Time, presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on? Welcome back, OTB. T-Bob, Martin, Danny hanging out with you. Jake is on assignment today. He will be back tomorrow. But right now, let's go to the man who has been our chief baseball voice this spring, and that has been the legend, Ben McDonald. Ben, what's up, man? Another college baseball season in the books, and this time it's someone that you know very well, ending up on top. What can you say about what you were feeling and maybe what you think he was feeling, and what this means for Coach Bianco getting this national championship?
Good morning, T-Bob. Yeah, just super excited for Mike. A guy that does it the right way. T-Bob, I've said this before, when you send your young man off to college, you hope you get him with a coach that's going to develop him on and off the field, and Mike certainly checks all those boxes. He cares about the kids, and he's built the thing about Mike, you go back and look at where Ole Miss was 22 years ago, look at their facilities, where their program was, and what he built from the ground floor up. And he's taken a lot of heat over the years, in recent years, so maybe the program, a lot of people thought should have been more successful than what it has been when you compare him to some of the other SEC schools around, But the fact Mike finally won that national title, man, and, went to Omaha for the second time, I'm just happy for him and what they fought through this year, and one of the last teams to get in the field, and yet they're the last one standing at the end of the day, And so it's a good time for Ole Miss fans. I'm happy for the SEC. What is this, 13 out of 14 years now the Southeastern Conference has played for the national championship in college baseball. So pretty strong statement by the SEC, of course, back-to-back years with Ole Miss and Mississippi State. So.
Well, I mean, look, and we'll get to that. That's insane in its own right, Ben, that it's not just any SEC teams winning this, right? It's the two Mississippi schools winning their first ever NCAA recognized team national championships. But one more on this Ole Miss team, Ben, because to open the show today, I kind of just talked about the disparity of outcomes between this Ole Miss team, right? Where if they don't make the tournament, they're a bad team. Banco's fired in disgrace. He took a number one team and ran them into the ground, right? He would have been completely forgotten. This team would have been forgotten. They would have been swept in the dustbin in history. Now they're immortal. And as you tweeted 12 hours ago, all those fans who want him fired, I wonder if they're going to donate to the statue that will no doubt be built of Bianco outside of Ole Miss. So it's so crazy to me, this disparity. And I want to know, have you ever seen anything like it where this is a team that would have been nothing and now they're immortalized forever?
Yeah, it can only, I just call it baseball, right? That's the only sport it can happen in. It can't happen in football. It can't happen in basketball. It would never happen that the 64th team, in the NCAA tournament in basketball won the national title. It'll never happen, won't ever happen. It'll never happen that in football, if Alabama was number one, that the last team in somehow could go into Alabama and beat them and win. It would never happen. So that's just what makes baseball special. Baseball is always about not how you start, it's how you finish and who gets hot. And with the parity in college baseball, Ole Miss has a good team. They had a good team from the beginning, and they were ranked number one the first couple of weeks of the season, mainly because of what they brought back, which was a lineup of 8 of 9 guys that returned from last year's team. So a lot of people thought that they would be really good. They overlooked the fact that the pitching was not very good early, and Mike made some moves, as you know, halfway through the season. He took a kid by the name of Hunter Elliott out of the bullpen, true freshman, and he stuck him in the weekend rotation about the midway point. And he took Dylan DeLucia out of the bullpen, too, and stuck him into the rotation about the midway point. And things started to click a little bit for Ole Miss. It was a couple of moves by Mike, really out of necessity more than anything, just to try somebody else, because the guys that he thought was going to be their dudes ended up not being their dudes in the rotation, but they were their dudes when they put them at the back end of the bullpen. So just a few coaches' hunches, if you will, to try to move some guys around, and it started to click. And so I'm happy for Mike. Look, he's a great guy, T-Bob. You know that, and he deserves this. And I texted Mike before the championship game. I said, you are deserving. And I said, your players and your program and your fans are deserving of a national championship. Now go win it, and that's what I sent him. And so he's a guy that I know was frustrated this year. And as you know, the coaches always take the blunt of it. But, tip of the cap to them and that coaching staff and the players, too, for saying, you know what, we're going to stick with this process. This process will make us successful. Let's blot out all the noise, everything that's around us. They were 7-14 in conference play. And as you say, on the outside looking in, and all of a sudden it began to click a little bit for me. And when they got that bid to get in, T-Bob, I felt like they were 50-50 at best to getting in, and I think they kind of hit the reset button and said, let's go. And when they took off, man, I had them in the super regionals. And I told somebody when I got to Omaha, I said, the best team playing right now, y'all, is the Ole Miss Rebels. It's like, no, ain't no way. I said they got 37 wins on the year. That's the worst here in Omaha. So I'm just telling you, that's the best team in the country right now. You can say what you want to say, and sure enough, they win the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's borne out to be true. And I think you're absolutely right. That sort of story is unique to baseball, and it's one of the reasons why baseball is so great. And it's also, man, you can take it into your everyday life now. And if you feel like you're failing and you're not getting, like, you can fix things and make them better. So now you have Mississippi State winning a national championship, you have Ole Miss winning a national championship, and you have Jay Johnson and LSU trying to play catch-up with these other schools in the SEC. And they added some help over the weekend. Did you see the news about the transfers? Actually, let's start here. Ben, what can you tell us about Wes Johnson? And you know, as far as what you know, this is a guy who's at Mississippi State, at Arkansas, been with the Twins as the pitching coach the last few years, but Wes Johnson hired as the LSU pitching coach.
Yeah, you know, well, Jay Johnson, T-Bob, has, in a sentence or two, has knocked it plumb out of the ballpark the last couple of days. Like, this is not just small news. This is like big news in the college baseball world. First of all, you go get Tommy Tanks from NC State, Tommy White, who, as a true freshman, hit 27 bombs and I think drove in 70 or 80 runs and hit 360 or so. Just ridiculous numbers. He comes into LSU. Now, he's a first baseman, so the question is, where's he going to play? Trey Morgan's pretty good at first base. So you got a question mark there, but it doesn't matter. You figure it out. And, you know, Tommy probably can play third base. I'm guessing that's where they'll try to stick him, is over at third base, and Trey Morgan will stay at first. But anyway, you know, you go get Tommy Tanks. And then I knew Wes Johnson a long time ago. He started at Mississippi State for 3 or 4 years, kind of mixed results there. He was an analytical guy and a heavy ball guy. And there were some injuries on that pitching staff, but Wes kind of figured it out and backed it down a little bit. Went to Arkansas with a lot of success, and one of the few coaches, maybe the only coach I can remember, T-Bob, that went straight from pro ball or college ball into not just pro ball, he went straight to the big league.
So I have a great stat on that. First since Dick Hauser in 1980 went to the Yankees.
Right.
So yeah,
it's
it doesn't happen
very
often.
rare. And then try to find the first time a major league pitching coach went back to college ball straight from the big leagues. I mean, that's hard to find too, you know. And so it took a lot, you know. But a backstory on that is this: when Jay took over at LSU last year, he tried to get Wes Johnson then. He wanted Wes to be his guy then, and Wes just was not prepared yet to lead the Minnesota Twins at the big league level. Although he came close to doing it. So when Jay lost his pitching coach this year, he went right back and circled back to Wes Johnson again and said, Wes, man, I need you. And Wes said, I'm in. I'm coming, you know. And, look, it's very rare. I mean, don't forget, Minnesota Twins are in first place in the American League Central Division right now. They're a first-place team, and they have the 11th best ERA right now in Major League Baseball. And Wes Johnson's fixing to pick up and leave Minnesota to come to LSU. So that's a giant hire, big time. Because, I mean, how big is this, T-Bob, to walk into a kid's living room with mom and dad and say, listen, I got a big league pitching coach. Yeah. I'm going to develop you. I can develop you. That's what we're going to do. This guy has coached big leaguers for 4 or 5 years at the major league level. He knows how to develop. He knows what it takes to play in the major leagues. He can develop you. So that's a big win for Jay on all sides of the ball right there. That's huge. And then with the transfers that are coming in, I mean, Christian Little came from Vanderbilt. Yep. He gives you an arm. And Christian Little stepped on Vanderbilt 2 years ago, T-Bob, as a 16-year-old. He's young. Like, he came to college really, really young. Wasn't even 17 yet. Graduated a year early. So he's still just a baby. Like, he's 19 years old.
Oh, I was a year off. I had him come to college at 17. So he was 16 his freshman year.
He was 16, just made 17 is what I was told about.
Yeah, July 11th.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was really, really young. And so what I'm saying is this kid is not even shaven yet. Like, he's not even mature yet. And so he's got a big upside. It's a big arm. I saw him throw last year. Hopefully the kid from Creighton that they signed a week or so ago does not turn pro, and he comes to campus along with LSU's got in this potential recruiting class. And look, I said this on the air the other day at ESPN. I mean, look how quickly you could turn around. I mean, Oklahoma was a 500 team last year. They played for the national championship. You know, Texas A&M went 9-21 last year in conference. They win 19 games and go to Omaha this year. You could literally turn your program around now in 1 year and get to Omaha. The proof of it are the 2 or 3 teams. I mean, look at Auburn, right? Auburn was a 500 team last year, and yet they end up in Omaha. So with the transfer portal now and recruiting, you can turn your program around big time just in 1 year and end up in Omaha.
Ben McDonald, at Real Ben McDonald on Twitter, the legend. He always comes on with us, man, and just gives us the best information. Ben, thank you so much, my friend. You have a great day.
You too, T-Bob. Take care.
All right, there it is. Follow at Real Ben McDonald. Okay, let's go to break.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I could have talked to Ben forever, but we were kind of late getting in because of technical stuff. Go to All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. I was in New York City over the weekend. It was, fun time. Walking a lot, taxi, subway. But my God, man, when I got back to that airport and I hopped back in that Toyota Sienna minivan, it was like, everything was right in the world once again. And so if you want to join me in that sort of vehicular satisfaction, there's only one place that you can go, and that is All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. You go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com if you want to start your journey there. Look at the great deals that they got on the new 2022s. In fact, you can actually order your Toyota right from the website if you want. You can also browse Toyota certified used inventories, where you're going to still get things like that Toyota certified warranty that you normally get on new cars. So you get a cheaper car as it is used, right? But you still get that peace of mind that it's going to stand the test of time. Look, the Tommy Wagasback and the men and women over there in the service department are excellent. Miss Lisa Sessions and the rental department's the best. All-Star Toyota's the best. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
The sun is out. The music is in your control. Your crush is here. The vibe is good. Vizzy Hard Seltzer is a vibe.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs.
2 on Monday, we're talking College World Series and baseball transfer portal. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Going to be quick here. Well, I'm just so, like I said, just so excited yelling from mountaintops. Just got back from New York City. I was just telling the guys that it's funny. This is the first time I've been to New York since I was in my 20s. First time post-kids as well. And that's a city that I've always loved. Randomly kind of went to at least like once a year for a while there. And when I would go in the past, you know, I always felt very young. I had that irrational confidence, like I was the man. I could conquer anything. Like, man, I could fit in here. I could do this. It was so odd now, I guess taking like 5-6 years, however long it's been. It was so odd going back as an older man now, in that where in the past I felt comfortable, like I fit in, I felt like a complete country rube this time around. Like I was just sitting there craning my neck at these buildings like, oh man, how'd they build all these? Look how tall they are. That's impossible. And there's so many people. There's just people everywhere, dude. It was overwhelming. It's invigorating. Don't get me wrong. And it's filled with young people. And I said this the other day. I can't remember where I was, where there was a preponderance of young people, but I love young people's looks, right? I mean, I think they all look very stylish. They look cool. They have a great energy. I think there's a bit of insecurity there that maybe you always have when you're around that age. But it was just fascinating. It's fascinating as you get older and you get different perspectives to revisit areas that you've been before and see how they change. And I felt out of water.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Like an old man in the big city. But it was super fun, man. Still love it. RejuveMeMedical.com. RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. If you're feeling like an old man and you want to recapture some of that irrational, youthful confidence, you want to go to RejuveMeMedical.com. And look, I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, male or female, fight the aging process and how it affects your body with Rejuve Me, with a plan that is customized to you. That's the best part, is that they draw your labs, right? And your labs tell Rejuve Me where your body's efficient, what it needs help with, what's it okay with, and you meet with a lifestyle specialist as well. And then again, they customize a comprehensive plan for you and what your body needs. So maybe it is HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Maybe it's not. The point is, at Rejuve Me, the bottom line is they are going to get you results. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Monday, June 27th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 90. Government taco, where our pickled onions always make a taco wet. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners. Coming up next, we talk to Brody Miller of The Athletic at 8:30, and Hold the Mayo joins us at 9:15 for Spread Lines. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, y'all? Weekend loser. Me for spilling my delicious, giant coffee on the ground. No electronics or anything. Not a big deal there. A big morale blow, though. And you know what did Napoleon say? Something about morale being 3/5. I don't know, dude. I'm all thrown off now. I had so much coffee left, and I was just absolutely enjoying it. It was going down so smooth and so wonderfully today. And now it's done. Welcome, Hold the Mayo, to the chat. We'll talk to Dev coming up here for Spread Lines. His new RB&R Day shirt out. So if you want to support Dev, we'll talk about it more, but go buy that shirt. Okay, boys, let me flush this. I'm still kind of grieving over here a little bit. We're going to flush this. We're going to move on. We're going to have ourselves a great day, right? If Ole Miss could come back from 7-14, last team in, to win a national championship, we're going to win today's show. Sans delicious iced coffee. So I call myself a weekend loser, which means it is now time for weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that? Win the whole thing.
All right, my first weekend winner. So, look, this is, you could argue that we should have addressed this earlier in the show, and I wouldn't say you're wrong. Because we talked a lot about transfers, we talked a lot about Jay Johnson, but my first weekend winner is Coach Kim Mulkey, as she signs the consensus #1 player in the country, Michaela Williams, out of that 2023 class. She's from Bossier City, Louisiana, out of Parkway High School. She averaged 23 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, 2.2 steals per game. Parkway went 33-2, went to the 5A state championship. She's a 4.0 GPA. She won a gold medal in the under-18 3-on-3 World Cup. She's the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year. She was a Naismith Player of the Year finalist as a junior, the only junior in that group, and now she is committed to the LSU Tigers. So Coach Mulkey, not satisfied with getting the #1 transfer in the country earlier this offseason, now for 2023 has now added the #1 player in the entire country. Shout out to Coach Mulkey, her legend. She is inevitable. She always wins. Mario, what you got?
Shout out to Ben Mintz. I know he does a lot of content and he looks happy most of the time that we see him, but my man finally got to experience Ole Miss winning a national championship. And I know they're a division rival. A lot of people around here feel some type of way, but Mincy has never experienced that. We've had 2003 football, 2007 football, 2019 football, 09 baseball. You can see the joy in Mincy's face in the video of him reacting, and I'm very happy to him. Very happy for him. I can't wait till we talk to him again.
He is breathless as he is celebrating that final out. And there's a level of Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. I can't speak. His jaw was just kind of hanging slack. He was looking around as if looking for some sort of direction. That sort of, we all know that feeling. And it's one of the best feelings ever. When you're so overwhelmed with happiness and excitement that you literally don't know what to do with your body. Shout out Mincy for sure. Danny, what you got?
He's getting a lot of love from President.
Yeah. And let's be clear. At Barstool, Dave Portnoy is your god, right? He runs your life. He controls everything over you. You have to please. Any job, it's probably prudent to try to please the boss. But I would say more so than any other, or more than others, Dave Portnoy and Barstool, you got to keep him in your corner, and he is firmly in Mincy's corner.
Yeah, and it's it's the best thing that could happen when you work at Barstool.
Yeah, you want to get re-signed?
I'm sure everybody's very jealous of Ben Mintz that works there.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. You got guys been grinding there for years.
Yep.
And don't get nearly the love from the boss man than does Mincy. And in the same way, Mincy's a bit of a hidden gem draft pick out of Presidente, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dave went into his DMs after seeing one video of him yelling hottie toddy and offered him a job. So this was very much him being I can just sense it. This is my guy. And so a player with a coach that he drafts in the first round or you want that player to succeed. And so, he's pushing it, man. It's like wrestling. And Mincy's going over the top. Weekend winner,
Jameis Winston back in the lab,
what
training for the Saints, back on the grind.
Bending the bar! Bending the bar!
He is so funny. Oh, man.
I love Jameis Winston. Give me all day.
All day.
Shout out to Jameis Winston, back in the lab.
This is where Mario craps on it and tells us, it's not that exciting.
Clearly, there's a purpose for him doing that. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to watch Jameis, man.
Look, everybody can hate, and I know that everything Jameis does is just funny, but you are right, Mario. There is a purpose behind everything he does. He's not making these things up. Remember when we all clowned him for doing the towel stuff? Tom House does that with all of his quarterbacks every single day, right? Dak Prescott with the hips. It is what it is. You're looking at a floppy bar right there. Well, you know what that increases? Stability. That's what that all is about. He's got his legs on a medicine ball for a reason. He's increasing muscle stability.
Especially coming off the injury.
Yeah, that's how you protect yourself against injuries. Also, as a quarterback, you don't necessarily want to be Brady Quinn where you're overly buff and can't move or flex or anything. Now I'm done. As he drinks the protein shake. So yeah, a little floppy bar workout makes a lot of sense. Get that bar some rejuve for me. Am I right, boys? Okay, I'm gonna do 2 weekend winners real quick. Weekend winner Jay Johnson. As we said, he's been cleaning up. Obviously, Tommy Tanks, Christian Little, and Wes Johnson. Ben McDonald just told you, just massive, massive news on the college baseball front. And as much as I hate to say it, Stan Kroenke, the LA Rams owner, he also owns the Colorado Avalanche, along with Arsenal and a bunch of other professional sports teams. But Stan Kroenke owns the Colorado Avalanche, and now he's not just won a Super Bowl, but he won the coolest trophy in sports, which is the Stanley Cup, which, by the way, the Avalanche dropped and dented after the game, like some beta boys. But nothing is sacred anymore as corporate greed just continues to take over. If you're like, why does T-Bob feel this type of way about Stan Kroenke? When I spent, when I spent a little time in St. Louis with the Rams back in the day, we were actually specifically told, if you ever see Stan Kroenke, do not look him in the eye. Don't say hello, not ignore him. I mean, we were told those things as well. But we were literally told not to look this man in the eye. And if you were talking about a red flag, like, what's the one thing that you could tell me to make me hate a person? It is that. What are you, like Pharaoh? You think of yourself as a god? And I guess, in our society, having as much money as he does, maybe he is. But, like, I will always hate Stan Kroenke because of that. And I hope nothing but bad things for Stan Kroenke and all of his sports teams. And look at that stupid-ass hair. Get out of here, Stan Kroenke. Congrats on the cut. What you got, Mario?
That is sketchy. I wonder.
It's just hubris. It's pride. It's I am a god and you are mortal men and you are beneath me. And I get that I'm beneath you, right? But the dream of America, the dream of a democratic society is that although technically, yes, I am beneath you, that we are still human, we are still equals.
Yeah, man. I went through something kind of similar when I worked for the Pelicans, and I was trying to get sounder and shoot around. And whatever team Blake Griffin was on, I was considering interviewing Blake Griffin. And the guy with whatever team, the staffer, was like, yeah, if you're going to talk to him, don't look him in the face. And I was like, don't look him in the face. Like, I ended up not even talking to him for the same reason as you. Was kind of thrown off.
What?
Anyway.
Blake Griffin was trying to tell people not to look him in the eye?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
like
he's
a social anxiety thing?
I don't know. He said in the face, not in the eyes. But either way.
You should have just aggressively stared at his chest. Like, you just, stand there and you're just like, hey, Blake, what's going on?
Right,
and just never looked up from his navel. And be like, oh, sorry, bro, I'm just following instructions.
Weekend loser, Charlotte Hornets. So last week we talked about Kenny Atkinson not taking the job. Originally he did take the head coaching job for the Hornets. Then he backed out, stayed with Golden State. They ended up hiring Steve Clifford to be their next head coach. But he's also their ex-head coach. He was with the Hornets from 2013 to 2018. He was okay. He made the playoffs twice. But it's just crazy because I've never seen a pro sports team hire a head coach that they once fired. It's kind of like getting divorced and then getting back married with the person.
Yeah, which is like almost always a bad idea.
Yeah.
I guess, you can find exceptions to any rule. Nothing in this world is 100%.
Yeah, I get that they're desperate and like you might not have many options there. But again, to hire somebody that you once fired, like what's going to be different this time around? LaMelo Ball might as well be like good as gone, in my opinion.
Emil McClellan saying Christian Bale has the same rule while on set for films. I will allow Bale a bit of grace here because while I don't think you have to be that way and many actors are not, being like on a job, like on the clock, on a job like that, like that's not an off hours rule for Bale, right? When you're an actor, if your process is to have to get 110% into character, right? I think I can almost understand that sequestering of self. What I'm talking about with Kroenke was just an everyday 24/7 rule. Don't look this man in the eye. And make no mistake, Stan Kroenke looks at us as the unwashed masses. I mean, that is just true. And look at the group that just bought the Broncos, of which his cousin, it's tied in his family. He's an American oligarch. He's American royalty, essentially. Danny, what you got? Weekend winners.
Weekend winner, LSU baseball, getting all the transfers. Tommy Tanks in the BR. So shout out LSU baseball.
All right, great job, Danny. You're a big LSU baseball fan, huh?
Huge, biggest in the building.
Yeah. Watch out, Moose. Out of the box. Wait, what? Yeah, what's it called?
Daddy in the box.
Yeah, Danny.
Moose in the box.
Well, Danny's spending a lot of time at the box, just not that box. Next weekend winner, Ole Miss, Mike Bianco, of course. Some things look darkest before the dawn. Gonna be fired. Barely gets into the tourney. As Ben McDowell told you, it was a 50-50 proposition that they would. Now he's a made man. He's a legend. He'll have a statue. That disparity is the beauty of sports. And a shout out to Dylan DeLucia, who he mentioned as well at the college series. Didn't actually pitch in the final, but wins MVP. In 16 2/3 inning, he gives up 1 earned run, strikes out 17, walks 0, 2 wins. Shout out Dylan. MVP. Also, sorry, one more here. Weekend winner, Mississippi baseball, right? Going from Mississippi State to then Ole Miss, back-to-back national champs. A lot of state pride, though, again, huge weekend losers here, and I feel bad, are Mississippi State fans. I mean, you just got completely cucked. Like, your championship means doesn't mean nothing, but it got reduced significantly, I would say, unfortunately. What you got, Mara?
I was just going to say SEC baseball. Like, the SEC flavor was prevalent throughout the whole tournament. Not saying, like, I'm trying to claim a piece of Ole Miss's title or anything like that, just because LSU is in the SEC. But
Sounds like you are.
But I'm just saying the conference is clear and above, like, the best one. Baseball.
Danny, what you got? Anything
That
else?
was my last one.
Should have guessed it by the fact that you went LSU baseball.
Yeah. I had to come up with something for my second one.
And I had literally just done that one like 2 seconds ago.
Oh,
All right.
wait. You did?
Well, I did, yes. It doesn't matter, dude. I don't care. My next weekend winner, did y'all see the reported NIL deal that Jaden Rashada got? Okay, you're shaking your head, so you've seen this,
Yeah,
right? Danny, have you seen this?
No,
Your boys at the U just paid 4-star quarterback, and I don't know, 4-star, 5-star, whatever. He's still the second highest rated recruit that Miami's ever had at quarterback. But they paid 4-star quarterback Jaden Rashada reportedly a $9.5 million NIL deal. $9.5 million. The craziest part, boys, and this is according to Jeremy Crabtree of On3 Sports, the craziest part, boys, this was not his highest offer. Reportedly, the Gator Collective with Billy Napier and company offered him $11 million, and he turned him down to go to the U. It is an interesting question. Put it on the poll. Citizens Bank and Trust poll question today. Would you rather $9.5 million in South Beach or $11 million in Gainesville?
South Beach.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, man.
Danny, you just tried to tell me that people in New York aren't good looking because you love South Beach so much. So, like, your opinion, you are not an impartial observer. But no, I agree. Like, I think $9.5 million in South Beach probably wins that.
I'm not pushing for Napier or anything, but keep in mind that they're there to play football, Danny, not to party and enjoy everything the city has to offer.
Come on.
This is a bad loss for Napier, bro. They offered $1.5 million more and didn't get the recruit.
I'm just saying, in response to your question, like, yeah, on the surface, I'd rather be in South Beach, party, college kid, but they're there to play football. Like, you need to consider football things.
You're
I feel
there
like
to
Danny.
go to school, Mario.
Mario's such an old man.
He is such an old man, dude.
All right, this is why kids shouldn't be getting this money. Exactly what is happening right here. But
What?
all right.
You don't want people to spend their money and go have fun when you make millions of dollars? What's the point of making millions of dollars?
They
You're gonna squirrel it away and just not like, what do you mean?
We're not having this talk. I said what I said.
Yeah,
Save it.
Play
no, so I
football.
want you to
Mario
stand by it.
Mario wants to save it for their retirement fund.
Have they looked into a 401k? Miami, what's the match on the 401k? Which actually, I'm being a bit tongue in cheek, but like, yeah, those sort of questions actually like need to be addressed in all seriousness.
And the one thing that girls like in Miami is
Money.
money.
Yes.
They care about.
I mean, let's just say the one thing that human beings like everywhere in the world is money. Look at the Live tournament.
Well, no,
Live
I mean
golf tour.
Miami especially because they're super vain.
Yes, Miami. Yes,
everywhere.
Miami's cost of living, which by the way, the New York cost of living
This
is
sounds like
absolutely absurd. as
Terrible
well.
environment for a college football player, but okay. No, nuts.
Yeah, I mean Mario, but that's what Michael Irvin was out there partying, doing blow,
That was
hanging
in
out
the
with
80s,
strippers,
dude.
and
That's
winning natties.
Different
what do you mean?
era. That's a bad comparison. 80s,
I'm
you
just
could
saying, dude. You can't. The 07 team that won the national championship here, LSU was the hardest partying team I've ever been a
Michael
member of.
Jordan was losing like racks on racks at the casino during the NBA finals.
Yes.
Like different era.
Exactly, dude. No, but people, you can still carry it forward, dude. People get down more than you think nowadays. Weekend winner, Texas and Arch Manning. And you know the worst part about it is, look, this always made the most sense. We said it here consistently. Everybody did. But I kind of think it's pretty cool for college football in general. I kind of like it. Because, like, either it's going to be this, huge kind of rebirth of one of these storied programs, or it's just a fantastic train wreck. And we all know that we as the hyenas on the outside love to revel in an experiment gone awry. Next weekend winner, this is going to be a hard one to explain. This is probably not worth it. Bear Force One. You ever heard of Fat Bear Week? It's in September. They basically try to find the fattest bears you can watch on a live feed on explore.org. It's there in September. They're getting ready to hibernate. Danny, pull up this video right here. But they're getting ready to hibernate in September, right? So they got to get really fat. Then they hibernate for months and months and months. They can lose like 33% of their body weight during that time. Well, Fat Bear 1 emerged from his cave this week, and my man doesn't look any worse for wear. How big was this guy before he went into hibernation? I mean, that guy is a freaking unit. Makes me think of Timothy Treadwell and Grizzly Man and what the hell he ever thought he was doing going to hang out with these bears. But again, if you want to watch it yourself, by the way, Bear Force 1 won the 2020 competition, but last year was runner-up to the 4-time winner, Otis. So as impressive as Bear Force 1 is here, he's not even the top Bear. Next weekend winner, DeMario Davis jersey owners. You saw the extension, boys? Right? Keeping him here a couple more years of the 2024 season. Doesn't affect the cap. He's got some extra incentive stuff. I love this quote from Mickey Loomis. A new contract for Davis will be a little like Drew Brees. He'll have the opportunity to play for our team as long as he wants to and as long as he can, and hopefully that's a long time. He went on to call him a bit of a unicorn. Next weekend winner, LA Football Club. Boys, do you see this? The LA Football Club got Gareth Bale. Yep. So Bale is still playing because Wales made the World Cup, so he needs to stay in shape, and I'm guessing he's going to play a couple of years. But from Real Madrid to the LA Football Club, Gareth Bale's most expensive player of all time back in 2013, won 5 Champions League titles at Real, and he is now the LA Football Club. Tari Eason, first-round pick, 17 overall to the Rockets. And my only weekend loser, actually I have 2 weekend losers. First one is the Vol Report Twitter account, as they said Tennessee this season was 4-0 against Ole Miss and Oklahoma, outscoring the two 34-7, and they did a shrug emoji. Get the hell out of here. That's the softest tweet I've ever seen in my entire life, Tennessee. You suck. And my second one would be the Avalanche for dropping and denting Stir Stanley's Cup. But in reality, actually, the Avalanche are winners, not just because they won the Stanley Cup, but they won it in Tampa, meaning they probably hit up Mons Venus afterwards. Even though I don't really like Mons Venus, I think Tampa as a gentleman's club city is way overrated. If you serve alcohol, you have to have pasties. If you don't serve alcohol, I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm sure the Avs enjoyed themselves. All right, those are your winners. More OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Westworld came back? Huh? How about that? Look, if you need to fix your pipes, I know great Westworld connection there. If you need any plumbing help, man, Central Plumbing's there for you, and they have been for 50 years, okay? And it's not just residential. If you have an office building, commercially, you need your plumbing needs met, Central Plumbing has your back, okay? They've been doing it forever. You're not going to be able to hit them with a problem that they do not know how to solve. And so new house, new building, old building, I don't care. For all your plumbing problems, there's one answer. It's Central Plumbing. You're going to get flat rate pricing. You're going to get great warranty once the work is done. Everybody's licensed, bond insured during the work. Of course they are. Send you information on who's coming into your home. You can trust them every single step along the way. Don't think twice. Plumbing issues, pick up the phone, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Dad! Kids have staked out their place at Ochsner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Kids! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Ochsner Health Center for Children.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
5 ESPN and Guarantee Media bring you Drop Biscuit Studios. It's a southern home for storytellers. Visit dropbiscuit.com today and check out the trailer to our first original series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story, starring Reno Wilson. Subscribe today. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Swerving between emotions. I know we got real issues. Can't give in so easily. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ain't going out with no fight.
Oh. Is the beat coming back?
No, I timed the drop wrong. I timed it.
I was trying. I was playing it. I was like, okay, let's get here.
I timed it. Yeah.
Okay, it's coming right here though. Oh no.
I timed it wrong.
Yeah, it happens here.
In our emotions.
Welcome back.
Song.
OTB. Great time in New York City this weekend. Ended up getting quarantined for a bit. My youngest daughter got really sick. And so Saturday, instead of full New York day, I ended up at the doctor and then just hanging out until they, tested negative for COVID and everything. So good to go there. I did not want to be, locked up abroad, essentially. But I love the city. I love going to bookstores in New York a lot randomly. And I got this book called The Swerve. And it's a fascinating story about this old Italian book hunter from the 14th century, Poggio da Brunio or something along those lines. But basically, he found this kind of ancient text on philosophy from this guy Lucretius, who I want to say it was like right before Christ was born, maybe right after, around that time, fall of the Roman Empire, rise of the Republic type deal. And it's look, I can't recommend it enough. It's a Pulitzer Prize winning book. It's really fascinating. It's crazy to think about information being passed down from that long ago, how it was passed down, how much we lost, what survived. But look, I know here on OTB, at times, some bonks have to get sent around in the chat, okay? Danny is notoriously horny. Mario is as well. Would you, Mel? Okay, never mind. And I'm no saint myself. But I will say this, okay? Next time you're feeling a little extra horny, boys, why don't we look to the lessons of the pious Saint Benedict? And I'm going to read you a direct excerpt from The Swerve. The pious Benedict found himself thinking of a woman he had once seen. And before he knew what is happening, his desires were aroused. And now we go back into the ancient text. This is not Lucretius' work, by the way. He then noticed a thick patch of nettles and briars next to him. Throwing his garment aside, he flung himself into the sharp thorns and stinging nettles. Then he rolled and tossed until his whole body was in pain and covered with blood. Yet once he had conquered pleasure through suffering, his torn and bleeding skin served to drain the poison of temptation from his body. Before long, the pain that was burning his whole body had put out the fires of evil in his heart. It was by exchanging these two fires that he gained the victory over sin. So, boys, next time you feel the urge, you want to have a little tete-a-tete with your hand there, just stab yourself with some thorns, okay? And recognize, dude, I read this thing and it just blew me away. People talk about toxic masculinity. That's toxic Christianity right there. I would argue that's a perversion of the message. Can you imagine? You get so horny, you're like, I got to dive into these thorns, bro. I got to stop thinking about Mary.
Yeah.
It's just blowing my mind.
I cannot imagine that now.
No. And it was celebrated at the time. Hell, there's probably still some out there that celebrate it. I don't know. The book's fascinating, though, and it really just deals with the creation of kind of the modern world philosophically and this idea of pleasure versus pain and Epicurus. It's a cool book. Check it out. But I just thought that was an absolutely insane quote.
What about for the people who enjoy both of those things? Pleasure and pain.
Well, now we're getting into. I was thinking about that too, Danny. Honestly, I really was, because all pleasure and pain are tied up in a lot of ways. Even I think from a physiological response sort of standpoint. I also think for whatever reasons, us humans tend to like taboo things, and so things that may actively freak us out, we end up being turned on by. And so, yeah, one day you're sitting there beating yourself, trying to not be horny, and the next day you're beating yourself because you are horny. I mean, it's all tied in together. I don't know, where does one end and the other begins? I have no idea. That was a great segment. Let's talk to Brody Miller next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Golf Suites today, where if you want to lead into pleasure and fun, you want to go to the brand new Golf Suites off of Seagan, man. It's awesome. I went there a couple weeks back when they first opened up, and I went and tried it for myself, and it is so cool. They got all the bays. They're on ground level, very reminiscent of real golf, but the real reason why it is, they have the PGA TrackMan technology. And look, they got longest drive. They got close to the pin. They got all sort of mini games, even a fantasy mini game. But if you want to play courses from around the world, you put them on the screen, and then you and your boys hit, and this TrackMan technology perfectly captures your ball's flight and spin and everything else, and, well, it just feels like you're playing a course. It's very affordable, $35 on the weekends at top times. The bar is open till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, full bar, full food. If you want to work on your game in a realistic setting, Golf Suites is for you. Or if you just want to go have fun with the fellas, with your friends, males, females, doesn't matter, man. Go to golfsuites.com to go see them off of Seagan. Golf Suites!
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The Queen is holding court.
Thank you, darling.
The brunch is everything. The mimosa is a Vizzy hard seltzer. The vibe is good. Vizzy Mimosa is a vibe.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit garciadidmyroof.com.
For a Monday edition of Early Line, as Jeremy Hill fills in for Musso and we recap the sports weekend, including the College World Series final between Oklahoma and Ole Miss, and we look forward to the new week. Join us, 2 p.m., 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Again, to be clear, Golf Suites. It's awesome. They do not support self-flagellation. Somebody said I need a shower. You're not wrong. I was traveling all day yesterday with two young kids, only when I came home to figure out the pilot light was out again, or whatever you call it, the water heater. Cold showers for your boys. Yeah, I mean, whatever, though. Cold shower beats rolling around in nettles and thorns, so you got to do what you got to do. Yo, Brody Miller, what's up, man? Have you ever gotten a little turned on and been a little tempted maybe to beat it out of you, maybe roll around in a thorn bush or two, bleed it out of you? I don't think you have any idea what we're talking about. You didn't, yeah.
I know. I'm always in to jump in on a bit, but man, I'm lost on this one. Damn.
Yeah, no. It was. I'll explain it later. What's up, dude? How you feeling today? You doing well? How's your weekend?
I'm doing all right. I was even getting T-bone yesterday at my car being in the shop. I'm doing well, but this is a nice distraction from that.
It was interesting because society almost demands when we're asked how are you doing, you just say I'm doing good, I'm doing well, whatever, right? And you allowed us a peek into a little bit of truth there when you said I'm doing all right. And I was wondering if you're going to expound on that. So you got T-boned. Everybody's safe. Everybody's okay. How's the car?
Hey, everyone's safe. We'll see how the car is. Doesn't look too good. It's a relatively new car, but you know what? Morale is high. And, you know, we're just going to handle it one day at a time, check the film, get better each day.
Yep.
And, you know, we did what we could out there.
Hey, you know what's better than a relatively new car?
What's better than a relatively new car?
A brand new car. How about that? Also
good spin.
Also a brand new quarterback isn't bad either. And quarterbacks were in the news over the weekend. So at first, you know, you're looking at quarterbacks. You see the news about Rashada Jones and wait, did I get that correct? Let me double check my notes here.
Jaden Rashada.
You're
thinking of Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones from the Office. There you go. Jaden Rashada, though, signing to Miami, second highest rated quarterback that the U has ever brought in. But the crazy news here, Brody, or the wild part of this is not the fact that they signed a very highly rated quarterback that LSU was also after. It, like so many other stories in college football are now, it's the NIL numbers. And eventually we'll stop, right? The market will settle. This will become commonplace, and it won't matter anymore. But my jaw still hits the floor when I see that Jaden Rashada signed for reportedly, according to On3 Sports, a $9.5 million NIL deal from John Ruiz and the Miami Hurricanes, and that he turned down $11 million from Florida. Am I out of place being as kind of like still stupefied as I am by this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're wrong considering how much of a shock this is. And it's tricky, right? Because we're all in this zone of trying to figure out shades of what's real, you know? Because, yeah, it is accurate. Like, I don't think these numbers are completely fake, but they also sometimes can be, and again, I don't have the answer to this, but I know with some deals we have access to, like some contracts we've gathered, that, they can be slightly misleading, where it's, maybe more of an incentive-based thing, and it's not like none of these guys that I'm aware of are getting $9 million just straight up in an account. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it is tricky. But yes, there's no secret that Miami and Florida have been really upping their NIL game, and they're putting some big offers out there. Oregon as well.
Well, okay, but then so how bad is this for Florida that they would offer $11 million and Miami with 9.5 would win out over them?
I'll be honest, man. Sometimes, and this is maybe just my brain, but like sometimes when we're talking about the difference between 9.5 and 11 million, and it's like you're getting a huge payday, at that point, like other factors are going to decide it, right? I don't know. Maybe
no,
I'm
that's
just
fair.
naive, but like it's like what that slight difference, is that enough to be like, okay, I'm going to choose the place I might theoretically like less? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I would assume there are other factors here. And again, going back to the earlier, like there's different probably incentives in there and different kind of things about staying, and maybe 11 looks better, but 9.5, the deal might be better. I have no idea. And also there's the path to playing time element that I'm sure Florida's offering too. But that's another part with these quarterbacks. That's always a detail in these deals that need to be mentioned, and that's going to be a big part of the Dante Moore element that's coming up next and things like that. So I'm sure it's more complicated than just which offered better.
Well, and you're right. I mean, we have round numbers. We do not know the details, which is generally where the devil resides. And so maybe it's not as simple as 11 versus 9.5. I still think, though, in a game like football where we see first-round picks go awry all the time, we see big-time recruits tend to go awry as well, especially at that position at quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
You could argue there's something said for trying to maximize the amount of money that you have. But then again, you're probably confident you're going to succeed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten to the place to be offered $9.5 million in the first place. So that was one of a couple quarterback dominoes to fall over the weekend. Arch Manning officially committing to Texas. Brody, what was your – I feel like we all kind of felt that was coming. And I don't know, man. Do you agree? I kind of like it. I think it makes it all a bit exciting that you're going to have all these major quarterbacks coming out of Louisiana and leading powers around the Southeast.
No, I mean, I'm with you. Granted, I'm not an LSU fan and I have to be frustrated seeing these guys leave the state. But, yeah, no, I think him going to Texas is, if you're looking at, like, the fun chart, like the spectator funness, it's probably the most fun scenario because it's this awesome, cool quarterback, classic name going to a major program that even those of people who hate Texas will probably agree college football's fun when Texas is good. And it just adds this fun storyline for the next 4 years over at Texas. Can they get the most out of Arch? Can Texas get back? And, yeah, I'm not surprised in a lot of ways because the biggest thing we always gathered from the start of this recruitment was development from the NFL was like a top priority for the Manning camp. And, yeah, I mean, that's why Alabama was in the mix really early with Sarkisian. So I think Sarkisian, of those, these coordinators left, probably has the best track record of that. And there's probably an element. He does seem like a different kind of kid, an element of wanting to kind of build your own thing instead of being in like a factory of guys at Alabama and Georgia. I think it makes sense, but it is a wild time to think, two top 100 quarterbacks in the state, now they're going to be at LSU.
Yeah, and I mean, the elites love Austin, and it's filled with the offspring and the elites themselves, quite honestly. So it seems like a good cultural fit as well. Sticking with, real quick, where does LSU go recruiting-wise with quarterback from here? Obviously, Walker Howard, you feel good about the future, but, like, do they need to add a quarterback in the 23 class? Is it transfer? What do you think they do?
Yeah, it's a great question. So obviously Dante Moore was this huge priority, for a while, and a guy who I think even 2 or 3 weeks ago there was a lot of buzz that they thought they were going to get. I think now between Rashada and Moore, I think it's the situation of with the NIL, costs going up, and then down to also elements of what I was going to say about playing time. I think LSU kind of got in a tricky situation where it had to kind of ask itself how much it wanted to overextend itself for, like we're saying, some high-risk deals on quarterbacks when, to your point, LSU is well-stocked at quarterback. They are really, theoretically, if they can handle this right, set for the next 4 years at quarterback. So they don't I think they caught themselves and had some internal discussions of, do you want to over leverage yourself with some crazy deal right now for something that isn't an absolute urgent need? So from what I gathered, they're probably not going to land Dante Moore either. It looks like Oregon's able to, on top of NIL, which LSU could have competed with from what I understand, but on top of NIL, just the Oregon kind of has a path to playing time for him that's pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
While LSU, I mean, they're not in a position to do that. They're well stocked. They're going to have these guys competing. I mean, shoot, Walker Howard doesn't have a guarantee of playing time soon. So, yeah, I think it doesn't seem like they're getting either of those two guys. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens next because, you know, Ricky Collins is obviously the guy who's always been labeled as the next domino, obviously the Baton Rouge area quarterback. And I think they do like Ricky Collins a lot. I think they're going to have – it's going to be – I think he is now the next domino everyone's going for, and I think even that's going to be a tough recruitment. The other guy to watch, I think, is Brock Glenn, the quarterback out of Tennessee, who LSU just offered, I believe, 2 days ago or yesterday. I think he's pretty high on their board and somebody they really like, another 4-star guy. So, yeah, I think they're going to look at guys that I think, you know, just to do some spin zoning, I think there's always an element of sometimes, you know, you want your Mac Jones mixed in with your Tua. You know, you want your obviously you want a 5-star. I'm not actually
no,
spinning.
I feel you. I know, I get what you're saying.
But
no, you just need sometimes you need a body. You can't always get the 5 stars. Like you need just some depth protection sometimes.
And yeah, exactly. And a guy who honestly will come in with a chip on his shoulder and want to not plan on playing right away.
Yeah.
And maybe he wants to actually be there 4 years and compete, and then all of a sudden you have a redshirt junior who's actually good instead of being in a scenario where you're always just like chasing the next transfer in 5-star. So again, that's a spin. They wanted Dante Moore, of course they did, but I think there is validity to that they are well positioned enough. They don't have to be desperate.
All right, Brody, give us like a minute tease on your piece that you just tweeted out 40 minutes ago from the Manning Pass Academy. Piece on the ways this LSU quarterback room has changed over the last 5 years. Talked about Max Johnson, Miles Brennan. What did you learn down in Thibodaux?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of interesting getting a dichotomy of, you know, one, Miles Brennan and Max Johnson being roommates and sitting across from each other and realizing it's talking to both. You know, Max Johnson talks so much about business decisions, and I think he could have competed, but he was like, I'm going to make this the business decision, start over all that. You want to go work with Jimbo. And it's just funny because I think Miles Brennan actually made the opposite of a business decision. He made the completely risky, probably emotional decision of staying at LSU when it's a huge risk in his final year. But also just it's fascinating looking back on how much the last 5 years have changed at LSU at quarterback, going from institutional weakness to the greatest quarterback ever to 2 years of just injuries and disaster to, hey, they're actually probably as well positioned into the future at quarterback as they've ever been. So just kind of an interesting look at the quarterback room in recent years.
Check it out. I can't wait to read it. It's on The Athletic. Brody writes The Athletic at Brody A. Miller. He is the best. Brody, thank you so much, man. And you have a wonderful weekend.
Well, it's Monday, but, you know, have a good one, buddy.
Wow. I mean, I don't know, dude. I can't wish you a happy weekend. I don't know what.
Thank you, actually. No, that's
have
more
a bad
proactive.
weekend.
People
My
should do
bad,
that more.
man. Okay,
but,
sorry.
But it felt like you were leaving out the week. Like you were like, hey, Monday through Friday.
I mean, I wish I could leave out the week, dude. Don't you? I don't know, dude. I guess you love to work. All right, Brody. Have a good one.
Buddy.
Hey, good luck with the car stuff.
Take care.
All right. When we get back, close on hour 2 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Nice thing to say, you know. Like every time I go Donzel Glass and Body, I tell the fellas, hey, have a wonderful weekend, no matter what day I'm picking up my vehicle. If you want to extend the life of your vehicle, go to dgbauto.com. Donzel Glass and Bodies in 1977. Even getting your car right, man. If you get in an accident, okay, there is not a better body shop in the state. I'll put that on anything. And it's because I've gotten in an accident that I've gone in there. So I can speak to it from firsthand experience. What I've learned over the years, though, and I've put this to the test by getting estimates elsewhere and then going to DG&B, the best part is you can trust Donaldson Glass and Body, okay? They're not trying to cheat you or anything like that. They're just trying to take care of you. And look, it's also a great place to work. Remember, right now, Donaldson Glass and Body is hiring an experienced service writer. So if you have experience in sales, management, and customer service in the automotive repair industry, they want you. Contact Kenny Frederick at 473-6495. That's DGB 473-6495.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Armstrong.
So join us for Monday's AFR presented by Relief Windows. Matt is back in the host chair. He's recapping everything he missed while on vacation and previewing the week ahead. It's Monday's AFR, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
DA got that dub. Get it? Dennis Allen got the dub. Mari, you didn't get it. Did you get it, Danny, before I said that? Interesting.
I didn't. I just caught it right there. Good job. Well done.
That's because you don't believe that DA is going to get any dubs this year.
Yeah, he posted that horrible picture with
wait,
his
he
coworker.
did it again? What happened?
No, I'm saying the first time he did it.
Oh, yeah.
With his coworker.
Okay.
Gotta say, forgot weekend loser Breakers. They lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the last round.
No, that was the last week of the regular
right?
season. No, last week was the last week of the regular season. This week was the playoffs, and they lost to Birmingham.
Can't believe I missed it.
Well, there's only one round of playoffs, right?
Yeah,
no.
The championship will be this weekend.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There's playoffs in the championship.
No. I don't think so.
All I know is it was the first round of the playoffs.
2 weeks ago was the last week of the season. They had already made the playoffs at
Yes.
that time. They lost badly.
Yes.
And then I guess Mara's saying they lost again on Saturday.
Yes.
Which is the semifinal, which is the first round of the playoffs.
Yes.
I thought there was only one round of playoffs.
No. There's 4 teams make it.
Yeah, so there's
Jesus Christ, man. I can't. This is the worst radio I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, Danny tries to muddy
You freaking meathead.
He tries to muddy
Stop
the
doing
waters.
so many curls and get some of that oxygen and blood back to your brain. okay, and out of your pecs, and well, maybe you can keep up. Which is worse, Nola Gold or the Breakers? Nola Gold's awesome name.
I want to
Also
go to a
awesome
Nola
costumes.
Gold game.
Nola Gold is like some of the most fun games you've ever had.
Bilbo's being a hater.
Yeah. Nola Gold's sweet. Danny, you've gone to Nola Gold. Have you gone since they moved in the Shrine on Airline?
Yeah, I go. I'm on the field for the games.
Oh, really? Were you just filming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Hell yeah. You ever go to the fifth quarter?
The drinks after?
Yeah, isn't that what you boys call it in rugby?
Yeah.
We're probably the best tradition in all of sports, getting together with the guys that you just actively, physically beat the crap out of for the last 2 hours and just having beers and food.
Yeah.
It's like Viking type stuff. Somebody's asking me about the Obi-Wan finale. Look, I thought it was awesome, man. I thought if you are a Star Wars fan, it is, it's a culmination of a lot of things, right? It's a great mixture of new while still almost being rooted in a lot of ways in nostalgia. I think the greatest thing that you could say for this Obi-Wan series is that I think it really strengthens the original trilogy, which, as I've said in the past, I think is the greatest aspect of Rogue One. Now, I always get a bit wary about some of the mystery being removed, right? Because the more holes that you fill in, it can go awry, and it can take away some of the things that attracted us in the first place. When you look at the mystery of, what did this guy like back in the day? What happened when they ran into each other? But that said, I thought they did a fantastic job, and I hope that Deborah Chow gets her roses because she directed the hell out of this thing. And that final lightsaber, dude, are you kidding me, dude? Watch
Off
Obi-Wan.
the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Watch Obi-Wan, dude. It's super sick. But if you get super sick, go to Patient Plus Urgent Care. PatientPlusUC.com. PatientPlusUC.com. They have 8 locations in Baton Rouge, 9 overall. They got more opening right around the corner. Maybe already actually just opened. But the point is, for unexpected moments, you want to go into Patient Plus. And when you see their facilities, right, when you actually go in for the first time, you're like, oh, I see what T-Bob was talking about now. This is way different. This is so nice. It's the latest technology. You create a digital profile where it makes it so easy to sign in. Gone to the days of laborious and tedious paperwork every time you go in, right? They get you in and out, and they get you better. If you need your occupational medicine needs met as well, that same commitment to facilities being top-notch, their customer services and experiences. So if you need your business, drug testing, doctor's notes, Coast Guard, whatever it is, go to the Mid-City location of Patient Plus. Go to PatientPlusUC.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Monday, June 27th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 90. Government taco, where our pickled onions always make a taco wet. Coming up on OTB, Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15 for some spread lines. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Martin, Danny hanging out with you. Hope you're having a great day. Again, as I was saying, I hope that Deborah Chow, the director of Obi-Wan, gets her roses. If you are sick of the CGI glut that has taken over Hollywood, which, look, to be clear, it can be fun, it can be well done, and it is what it is. You know, like I like a Marvel movie as much as the next person. I tried watching Eternals while I was quarantined over the weekend. I didn't think much of it. I didn't finish it, but I also don't know that I maybe thought it was as bad as others did. But it definitely falls into the CGI glut territory. But if you are sick of that, well, there are some people kind of fighting against that tide. Obviously, Top Gun is the prime example of this, but I would even extend that to Obi-Wan, as a lot of these special effects in the lightsaber fights and whatnot, all very practical, all very visceral, all very real feeling. And again, the lighting from Deborah Chow in these scenes, in episodes, really throughout the show, but especially in episode 6, the lighting is a thing of subtle beauty that you could pick apart for hours upon hours. So, yeah, I give Obi-Wan a full-throated recommendation for any Star Wars fan. I think anybody would probably enjoy it. And, well, you could say, I mean, they didn't do anything revolutionary. It's tough to, right? You're dealing with characters that are already known, but I do think they deepened and strengthened the mythology of those characters, which is ultimately what you set out to do when you do that. So, we'll see. Zach Moses, I think the biggest thing in Star Wars struggling with is consistently great acting. I watched Rogue One this weekend, and the level of acting is really top-notch. Obi-Wan missed on some lower characters / actors. I could kind of get behind that a little bit, but we'll see where it goes, and if maybe that, we'll just see where it goes. Welcome back to this hour of OTB. No, Greg LeMond. Jake is not on vacation. He's out on assignment just for today. We will have the full squad back together, but make no mistake. Look, this is assignment / vacation season. Okay, I mean, we're not allowed to travel ever during football. There's nothing going on except for pro baseball. So really, this is all just a spiel to say I'm going to be taking more Fridays off in July for Toledo Pin. So get used to it, y'all. But yeah, we are going to Greg Mall. What happened with Scone and T last Wednesday? So the full audio is up on Scone and T, but for some reason the YouTube died in the middle of the show when I was in this excellent soliloquy summarization of LSU baseball. And you'll have to, so it's not on YouTube, but you can go to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, follow the feed, and you should get the full episode from last week. One thing I missed while I was out, Mario, Pelicans draft. From what I read, it seems like this was a really good night. Now, you got to take this stuff with a grain of salt, as everybody always gets their guy, right? Like, it's very rare that GMs come out and said, he's exactly who he wanted all along. But I don't know. Am I being naive to believe Trajan Langdon when he tells me that there was an eruption of cheering when Shaedon got taken the pick before him and Dyson Daniels was still on the board there?
Maybe a little bit, but I was personally surprised to see Portland take Sharp. I thought they were going to go with Daniels, and the good thing about drafting Dyson Daniels is it's kind of low risk, high reward. Like, he doesn't need to play immediately, but down the road, he could be better. Maybe even in his rookie year. It could be kind of like Trey Murphy. Like, at first, maybe he's not getting the minutes, but eventually, after a little bit of run on the NBA level, he kind of finds his way, and eventually he cracks the rotation. So I thought it was a good pick, but the really good pick I thought was getting E.J. Liddell in the second round. He was not supposed to be there at 41.
That's what everybody says.
Yes, he was getting mocked like in the 20s, if not in the teens. I was shocked that he was still on the board, and that, I could say, was a great draft pick. Dyson Daniels, in my opinion, really good draft pick.
So am I wrong here? These two picks signify to me the Pelicans are prioritizing size and defense. And look, E.J. Liddell, make no mistake, 6'7", 240, big boy, averaged 19.5. So he was a scorer at Ohio State, but probably more impressive the 2.5 blocks per game. And then you look at Dyson Daniels. This is a point guard that is 6'7" with a 6'10.5" wingspan, right? He averaged 2 steals a game in the G League when he got it going. You look at the impact that Herb had. You look at the impact that Jose Alvarado had. And you look at the fact that you have your scoring. Right now, you could still use more shooting. Everybody in the world can always use more shooting. But between B.I. and Ingram and McCollum, like, you're fine on the scoring front. You need, whatever. You can never have too much defense when you got that first part figured out. So, I mean, am I wrong? Is that kind of the Pelicans' theory behind this? Because Daniels, from what I read, feels like a guy who can legitimately switch onto basically anybody on the floor.
1,000%. That's definitely what they see in him. If you watch highlights of him playing defense in the G League, he's like really, really long. He can guard positions 1 through 4. And you want to draft players that are good at defense, because the Pelicans, I think they're going to have a good team. But if we're being honest, if you have a team with the core of Zion, Brandon Ingram, C.J. McCollum, they're not the best individual defenders. So you need to draft guys like this that can be like Herb Jones and just be like elite level defenders. And that's what he could be down the road. He's not a very good three-point shooter, like 27%. And he shoots like 52% from the free throw line, which is awful. Jesus. But those are things you can work on. You can't teach the size. You can't teach the ability to guard multiple positions. So he just needs to get in the lab with Fred Vincent, and it'll be all good.
Okay, Freddie V is going to get double Ds right. All right, so that's all I got to say on that. I never go too deep into NBA draft picks just because, like, who would have guessed that if you would have gone really deep into Herb Jones last year that you would have been, supremely rewarded and been so ahead of the curve.
For everybody healed, you have a Jose Alvarado. Some guys don't live up to the expectations. Some guys way surpass the expectations.
All right, another story they had in the docket that we haven't talked about yet today. Did y'all see this story about Signature Saint? Danny, have you seen this? You're a real Who Dat fan. Mar, you're somewhat of a real Who Dat fan. I'm just kidding. Look, we all love the Saints in this room, right? But we do not love these Saints as much as Brian Henry does. Again, this is some excellent reporting by Doug McCash from NOLA.com. Go read the article. Give him a click. Check it out. Brian Henry is a man who now has 100 different former Saints players' signatures tattooed on his body. Chuck Comiskey, the old right guard from 86 to 88, was the 100th signature. He also added, on that same day they added Comiskey, he added Brad Edelman, Larry Hardy, Emmanuel Sanders. What I love most about this story with Signature Saint is he does not care who is signing his body. If you ever wore a Saints tattoo or a Saints uniform, he will tattoo you on his body. So he's actually up to 108 now. Listen to the most recent crop of signatures. Marquez Callaway. Okay, that's fine. Deontay Hardy. That makes sense too. Kevin White. Dejon Dixon. Andrew Dowell. Like, literally, if you even played a game for the New Orleans Saints, he will tattoo his name or your name on his body. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't have the big dogs. He's got Drew Brees on there, who actually Instagrammed about it. He's got Gail Benson on there. Apparently, Steve Gleason's wife even guided Gleason's hand to putting him on there. So he does have some of the big dogs. He still needs some, though. Okay, he wants Sean Payton, Dennis Allen, and Tyrann Matthew. So if anybody has any connections there, we need to get Brian these big dogs. But I love the story behind what started. This journey started back in 2011. He was a tire and rim salesman right by the airline highway location where the Saints practice, right? So he deals with Saints players all the time. Get a ton of stuff signed, had a huge memorabilia collection, and his house got broken into. Everything got stolen. All that work, gone. So he's sitting there and he's talking to Robert Meacham. And I guess Robert Meacham is a part-time philosopher himself, because Meacham apparently told him, quote, nothing lasts forever. Everything comes and goes, except maybe plastic surgeries and tattoos. And I'm going to say that Brian took that last line to heart, as he now has 108 New Orleans Saints signatures on his body. I wonder if the cannon's there. If he's not, we need to set that up. We need to get him on there for sure.
I think I've seen this guy at Saints camp. Oh, I saw somebody
Imagine that.
Yeah, I saw somebody at Saints training camp get a Drew Brees autograph on their neck.
That was probably it then.
And he automatically went to the tattoo shop.
That was absolutely, that sounds like Signature Saint. Whistleman, Cyborg Saint, whoever else is out there, Joker guy, ball's in your court.
Master
okay?
Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief. You put on a costume. You'd have to skin Signature Saint a la Saint Benedict in order to take those tattoos off. Shout out Signature Saint Brian here. I thought that was awesome. All right, we got spread lines coming up in a little bit. Leonard Fournette told On3 Sports that he would have made at least $10 million in an NIL deal if he had played at LSU. And it is funny. I don't have much to say here, except they did get my wheels spinning, because when we talk about this, we always talk about Tyrann Mathieu being the guy that, really could have made the most money, and probably, but now that I think about it, I don't know that anybody would have beat Lenny, right? I mean, you're talking about a Louisiana legend from the time he was a kid. Already, some stuff probably went on behind the scenes to make sure that Lenny ended up in Baton Rouge. If you could have openly bid on his services, I think $10 million might be low. If Jaden Rashada is getting $9.5 million, $10 million would feel low for what Leonard Fournette could have gotten. Like, boosters in the establishment would have done anything and everything to keep him here in Baton Rouge. Avamar Zawanian says, y'all seen Dyson Daniels' mama? I'll bonk myself. Don't bonk yourself. Just go roll around in some thorns. All right. Spread lines when we get back here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. Okay, the ITI Technical College right here in Baton Rouge. What this is a local, family-owned Baton Rouge trade school. Okay, this is not any national for-profit BS. Okay, this is a school that is helping change Louisianians' lives and has been doing so for nearly 50 years, y'all. And it's not just me saying that, right? I always talk about this Georgetown study, but in 2021, Georgetown did a study where they looked at, okay, return on investment. How much you pay for school versus what can you expect to make? And ITI, and this is LSU, Tulane, everything, ITI finished number one in state. They finished top 15 in the country, okay? And so the schedules are very easy to manage with your schedule. If you work full time, they can handle that. You go to school for 1.5 to 2 years. You get that AOS degree. You change your life and better. You learn from faculty members that have at least 4 years of real world experience. I love ITI. You will too. Check them out. Change your life for the better. iticollege.edu.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
My own people call me an Uncle Tom. I play music. Been wined and dined by royalty. Trying to bring people together. All people. But regardless of all that kind of stuff, I'm still Louis Armstrong.
Here's the man you're waiting for, the king of jazz, Louis Armstrong.
Kids have staked out their place at Ochsner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Yes! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Ochsner Health Center for Children.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports.
Poor boy raised amid turn-of-the-century New Orleans, Louis Armstrong became one of the most recognizable people on Earth. Visit dropbiscuit.com today and check out the trailer to our first original series, Pops, The Louis Armstrong Story, starring Reno Wilson. Subscribe today. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I like this, Danny. What is this?
It's Big Moochie.
Ah, I should have known. Big Moochie. One of my faves. Shout out to Big Moochie. Shout out to Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo. Oh, wait, do we have him? Oh, I thought I heard you talking to him. My bad. We're getting Big Moochie on, who will no longer be Big Moochie. As my man's building an empire. You saw the RB&R shirt sell out within an hour? That's some Beatles level stuff right there, man. So we get down to some spread lines, and then we're going to get into, we do have a confirmation from Benny Mintz. He'll be joining us at 9:30 as well.
So we're going to ask him about the Taco Bell guy.
Yeah, what was this? So I wasn't as tuned in over the weekend as I generally am, but I did see him getting out of the car yelling at someone. Dev, are you on the phone? What's up?
I
Dev?
am. I am on the phone.
Okay, what's up, dude?
Benny.
First off, huge congrats to you. RB&R shirts sold out already within an hour. As I said, that's some Beatlemania type stuff. I'm sure when the supplies come available again, will help to push it and everything else. But what went down at the Taco Bell this week? The only video I saw was you filming yourself and then quickly jumping out of the car and going to yell at somebody behind you, and it kind of cut off after that.
Yeah, so thank you, Benny, for bringing this up, bro. It wasn't on my topic list, but all right, dude, let's talk about Taco Bell. So what happened was normal Taco Bell experience, and the lady was kind of mad at me. The lady I worked at Taco Bell, she was kind of mad that I wanted to switch my order, but it had white stuff on the tacos, and I asked for no white stuff on the tacos.
Wait, what is white stuff? You literally asked for no white stuff on the tacos?
Yeah, no, whatever it's called, whatever they put up. I don't even know what it's called, right? But just don't put it on my taco. You know what I'm saying?
And so, yeah, continue.
Yeah, that was just a little minor thing that happens all the time. Like, everybody was fine with it. You know, she had a little attitude, kept my composure. But then I put the truck in drive. And when I put the truck in drive, all of a sudden I hear this psychopath behind me. And he's yelling and screaming profanities at me. And I said, wait, hold on. I looked behind me real quick, and literally my body just took over. I was like, oh, no. This guy's got to get checked real quick, you know?
Is that the parish in you, Dev? Like, at that point, like, it just took over? Like, there was nothing to be done?
Yeah.
No staying calm?
So I had the camera running. I had my roommate, Jay Saint, running the camera because the lady at Taco Bell was kind of catching an attitude. So I said, Jay Saint, hold this camera real quick in case anything goes down. And that's what, I always do that. And sure enough, something went down, but it had nothing to do with the Taco Bell lady. It was some crazy man from Metairie behind me that was mad that it was a 3-minute transaction, T-Bob.
Classic. The elites of Metairie, we're just living in their world as they try to trot all over us, dude. Unbelievable. Well,
but,
good. You stood up for yourself. You held down justice. You were rewarded with the karma of shirts selling out immediately. Congrats, man. How pumped are you on the RB&R success?
Dude, super pumped because, I tried to get this this shirt out for like over a year, and I just couldn't get nobody to really draw the design. And then I linked up with Camellia. Shout out Camellia Red Beans. The first thing I said when I walked into a meeting with them was, guys, we got to get this shirt out. And imagine what they thinking. This is a company that's been around since 1923.
Yeah.
I got, look at this MFE on the shirt, and I'm telling them, hey, it's going to sell out, and they supported me with it. And here we are. So it's a great day, great Monday, man.
Hell yes, man. We'll talk more about RB&R Day in a second. All right, to get at some of the spread lines here. Dev, you're diving into Westworld Season 4. I think I bailed somewhere in 2. What's going on here?
Yeah, same here. Didn't watch Season 3. Got the notification sometime last night that Season 4 was coming out. And, I had to start watching Season 3. But I guess what I'm saying is, hey, I guess I'm going to try out Season 4 just because Westworld, Westworld was so good. For Season 1 with Hopkins and everything.
It was incredible.
Dude, it was so good. So I just want it to be good again, And just in general, HBO Max is killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you talk about HBO Max to Netflix, HBO Max is just way better than Netflix to me right now.
It is. Boys, if we had to go around the room, what's your favorite streaming service right now? I talked about it. Like, I watch a lot of Disney Plus because of kids, but if it's dad time, I find myself gravitating towards HBO Max or everything. And it's not even just the new stuff. They have the best classic movies. They basically, I guess, got all the Turner classic movies collection. So if you want to watch old stuff, HBO Max is perfect. What about you, Mari, Danny? Where are you going?
Yeah, HBO Max has the most variety to me.
There you go.
HBO Max for sure.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, and then the documentaries, if you like crime documentaries or, like real things that happen in life, like that's the stuff I like to watch. And they got it on HBO Max, man. All they need is free snacks and we good.
Yes, your blockbuster dream will finally be coming true. What does Florida water revival mean?
Yo, T-Bob, let's go, baby. Florida water season. That means that you can buy a bottle somewhere at the store. You get a little cooler. You put some ice in there, and then you dump the Florida water in there, and you put a white rag in there. And then whenever it gets super hot, like it's right now, it's so hot, to where you just throw this rag on your neck, man. And it's the best smell in the world. If you played Little League Baseball in Southern Louisiana, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Florida water, it's back.
So you're buying bottled water to be the water that you're dipping the towel in? You don't just fill up an ice chest with ice and then put the hose in there?
This is technically a cologne. So I don't know how.
Wait, okay. Wait, hold on. Help me out here so I fully understand. Are you saying that you are pouring an actual bottle of cologne in there? Am I being dumb here?
It's technically cologne. It's got a very addictive smell to it, but I can't imagine anybody using it for cologne. Like the only reason anybody I've ever seen use it is for the application that I just said right now, which is on a rag, ice cold, sun's just melting you, and then you got a Florida water rag on your neck.
Wow, Deb. Okay, we'll try out some Friday. I've never had any Florida water cologne. We'll try it out. Maybe it'll help us beat the heat out here. Hey, Deb, how about our boy Zion, dude? It feels like, great draft from the Pellies. Feels like everything's coming together.
Hey, T-Bob, do you see this picture of the Florida water cologne right now?
Yes, I'm so confused. It's like a beer bottle. That packaging blows my mind. What is going on here? I still think it's a drink.
Yeah, it looks like something like Jack Sparrow would walk around with.
It looks like if Ed Hardy made a beer, is what this Florida water cologne would look like. It is terribly over-designed in terms of its aesthetic and everything it has going on in there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That might be like only the first time I've ever seen what it actually looks like that. I usually just see it in ice chest, in liquid form. This is incredible.
Shout out Florida water ice towels.
Zion was playing ball right around the corner from me at Delgado Playground. He's playing basketball with the youth, and man, dude, look at Zion, man. Look at how incredible he looks.
Yeah.
Look at how little of the hater, the criticism that we have. Everything is perfect. Look at the Pels draft.
Yep. No, it's all coming together, man. The Pelicans prove that Zion needs them. They don't necessarily need him, which he buys back in at that point. They were a playoff team. He's jacked again. He's loving the community. He's out there, like you said, putting himself in the community, ingratiating himself to man. He just had his second shoe drop, which, ooh, by the way, boys, some of the pictures that I saw, what do we think, dude? The pictures that we originally broke down ended up not being the actual shoe.
Wait, what do y'all think? So what do y'all think? I love the low tops. I got to be honest with you.
I don't okay, the picture I'm looking at now looks a bit better than the one that I saw. Is there fur somewhere on there? I feel like I saw like Bigfoot fur on it at one point. I don't know, man. I guess this is not as bad as what I had seen. I kind of like this. It's okay.
Yeah, I just can't rock the high tops. I know myself, man. I can't rock these high tops, but the low tops, I think I could.
Well, I got cankles, so high tops don't work with me either. They tend to look pretty weird.
Yeah.
All right, Dev, where are you going for RB&R Day today?
I just think white dudes and high tops is a weird thing, man. It's hard to rock it, bro.
Yeah.
Where am I going today? I don't know, man. Just gotta figure that out when I get off the phone. But it's a big day for tradition, T-Bob. We sold out of shirts.
Yep.
I'm gonna get some more. I'll have them hopefully in stock by next Monday. And it's a big old red bean celebration.
Now you saved yourself a shirt, obviously, right? Like you can wear one on your videos.
I got the shitty mock one, is what I got. Like the first one they ever made. They're like, hey, come pick this up and let us know how it looks. Yeah, like that's the one I got.
Yeah, so you don't have this. Well, okay, next time save yourself a final version so that we can so that you can kind of promote with it while you're doing the videos. All right, Dev. Anything else to add before we let you go?
Yeah, fried an egg with the New Orleans Sun on Saturday.
Wait, so you literally did? I didn't know if you were just that was like a saying. You literally fried one?
Oh yeah, we went out there Saturday and preheated the pan. Basically, you put a nonstick pan on a hot drain. You know how the drain's got the lid? You use that kind of like your stove.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yes.
You let the pan sit there for about 2-3 hours in the New Orleans sun, and then you come back, crack your egg. Look, dude, it took like 2 hours like to cook this thing, but. And then some dude named Chester who hangs around Frenchman Street, he ate it. So it was a sun lunch.
Wait, so you fed it to Chester?
Yeah, man, he loved it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't have ate this egg.
Wait, why not though? Right? It's just a normal cooked egg.
It was cooked. No, it was cooked. It just didn't have like that. Any crisp to it, it was just
very rubbery. If you slow cook an egg, I could see it taking on like a texture where it probably felt like a rubber, like joke egg.
It really was rubbery. I don't know why it was like that, but yeah, it was.
All right, Dev. Well, best luck today. Can't wait to see where RB&R Day today goes. Great job with the shirts, man. Really happy, and of course, whenever new ones get in, let us know so we can push it.
I'm sending everybody. I already told Jacob. I'm sending all y'all red bean shirts, so that's on me. Don't even worry about it.
Hell yes, dude. Okay, now I got a bunch of people in my mentions talking about how the hell have you never heard of Florida water? Okay, guys, that's on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. I
That's,
didn't grow up in
some
the parish.
Southern Louisiana athletes.
That's what I'm
there,
saying.
bro.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I grew up in Atlanta, right? I didn't get the Florida water cold towels. I was up there with the Atlanta version of the Metairie folks. I was up there with ammonia ice towels.
But you also didn't really know what 10K was, so it's not like, we can't be too hard on T-Bob with this, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an elitist. It's like when you told me about shopping at TJ Maxx. I'm like, I'm just not.
Oh, the guy that lives above me just woke up. He's walking around with concrete shoes. He's about to start bowling. So we excited about that.
Do you ever pull the old school move, like you get a broom handle and you just kind of like hit the roof, like an old sitcom?
No, this dude's nuts, man. You don't want to deal with this guy, man.
Okay, yeah. Let sleeping dogs lie. All right, Deb. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he's a character, man.
Well, you are too, Dev, and it's why everybody loves you, and you've been killing it, and you're gonna keep killing it. Devin Snow, aka Hold the Mayo, at Snow Like John with 2 N's on Twitter. Be on the lookout for the new RB&R today. Greatest city in the world, greatest tradition in the world. Dev, take it easy, brother.
All right, y'all take care.
All right. When we get back, we're going to talk with Ben Mintz live here on OTB. So stick around as we get Mintzy's Ole Miss reaction.
OTB, OT.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. You go there today, and look, man, I don't care if you're looking to buy new, you're looking to rent, you'll talk to Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department, or you're looking to buy a Toyota certified used vehicle where you're still going to get excellent warranty coverage. And I love the warranty on my Toyota, so I'm leasing one, and I bought the minivan, right? But it's crazy because the car just basically tells you, hey, it's time to go get serviced. And based on the warranty that you chose, like you just kind of drive it in, drop it off with Tommy Waggis back in Service Family. They fix it, and you don't lift a finger, and then you get it back. And a lot of times you don't even crack open your wallet, okay? It's just such a pleasant experience. Like everything is over that All-Star Toyota from the beginning of the process to the end. So there's never been a better time to sell your vehicle to maximize value, and then you turn around and buy a new one. If you want to start that journey, start to peruse some of the sales, some of the deals, custom order, you can go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but 2 NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, Front-to-Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
Jimmy Charles Handegriff in Roscoe live from Spoken Hub, the Monday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. Do we have a Game 3 in the College World Series Championship Series? Talk about that, recap of the draft, and everything else. Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
On 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB as we welcome in the Destroyer. Now a national champion, Barstool Mincy. He grew the game, and now he's cucked Brandon Walker. Mincy, what's up, dude?
Man, good morning, T-Bob. I got to be honest, I literally feel like I woke up into a whole new world this morning. I'm dead serious, man. It's just like the identity of being an Ole Miss fan. You just the national. I mean, never won one. I mean, ever. Unbelievable.
I was gonna say take because I feel like you're still feeling what I saw outside looking in when I saw the video after the final out. And that was you, as a man who is quite literally paid to talk and paid to entertain and paid to have takes and paid to do all these things. You looked at a complete loss of words, right? Your jaw was hanging slack. You were kind of looking around and almost just shaking. What was going through your heart and your head when that final out got recorded?
It was kind of one of those things, to be honest. Like, it took me about 4 hours after to let it sink in. It was like a whirlwind. And I just kind of didn't believe what I was seeing. And, I've been, I don't know, the whole Bianco era, like I was fall 01 freshman year and at Ole Miss. So, I mean, it's been a 22-year journey, and I never thought I'd see it, And then when you look at just the story of this team, the fact that they were 7-14 in the SEC on May the 5th. People, let's not forget, people didn't even think Ole Miss was going to qualify for the SEC tourney in Hoover when 12 of the 14 teams make it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where this team was, and then it all really turned around in Baton Rouge. But I just couldn't believe it. I was just sitting there in the moment, and I just literally didn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, it's the craziest story. I said it on Twitter. Nothing's ever going to top the Saints Super Bowl after Katrina in my mind. I don't think. But this is my second favorite ever for sure. And getting to know Elko and Graham and the guys on the team and how good of guys they are and everything they went through this year. It's almost crazy. Sports, sometimes it's like you couldn't even write a movie script like that, I don't think, or if you tried.
Well, I mean, it's crazy, Ben. I mean, I remember you tweeting on Selection Sunday that you didn't even think Ole Miss was going to get in. And then
and think about
go ahead.
Think about Mike Bianco too. Yep. If Ole Miss doesn't get in on Selection Sunday, he's coach anymore. I mean, he was out. For sure, I think.
Well, no, he definitely was. I mean, we talked about it to open the show today. The most fascinating thing about this to me as an outsider that has no real emotion in it is the disparity of what this season would have been, right? If you don't get in, Bianco's fired in shame, and this team is completely lost to history. No one remembers him. Now the team itself is immortal, and Mike Bianco will get a statue of him on campus.
Yeah, and then also I just got to talk about Tim Elko.
Yeah,
I mean he's got to be up there with this athlete. Like he's got to be in like the top 5. I mean what he did for the school, and I can't get over it, man. And I got to see him last night. Dude, it was So just scenes in Omaha. I know y'all saw a lot of them on Twitter. There was such a wild one last night, T-Bob, where I went to meet I was texting with Elko and Graham, like going to meet up with them. And they said they were going to I caught the baseball team walking from Blatz to Rocco's, the bars across
Yes.
No, and walking, I just hopped in the back of the line as we walked into the bar, and I walked in with the baseball team and into Rocco's. And I mean, all hell broke loose, dude. I mean, I posted that video. Not the entire bar chanting "see" when I walked in, dude. It was one of the craziest scenes I've ever seen. I mean, just unreal. And then our fans too, man. You know, our fans are like that. The way we turned out this week. I mean, Ole Miss was by far all week the biggest turnout in Omaha.
Yep.
I mean, Arkansas is only 5.5 hours away with a huge fan base, and both those games, Wednesday and Thursday, were huge Ole Miss home games. It wasn't even close. And this weekend, I mean, that stadium was literally, I think it was 90% Ole Miss both games. It felt like on Saturday night when they hit the back-to-back-to-back, it sounded like it was a football game in Omaha. It was that rowdy. And, you know, I'm just really proud of how our fan base turned out. How I feel like the fan base, I'll be honest, I feel like I've kind of helped bring some energy to it. And people are just getting so wild now. And it's like I feel like more fans are, you know, getting really wild and rowdy in public now than I've seen in a while, to say the least.
And Mincy, I know you a lot of times try to shrug this sort of stuff off or take the high road, but I mean, bro, it has to feel good doing it a year after Mississippi State. I mean, we talked about it at length even a couple of weeks ago that if Ole Miss were to win this thing, I cannot imagine a worst case scenario for State fans as it doesn't erase your championship, but it like almost does in a lot of ways. Is it any sweeter that it comes on the heels of a Starkville natty?
Yeah, for sure. And because that's the one thing in that state. I mean, Ole Miss fans, you know, Ole Miss and State in baseball, State's been by far the superior baseball school. You know, State got really good in the '80s and has been to Omaha. I don't know the number, but it's a ton.
Yep.
And now they won their national title, and then hold over Ole Miss. So, not even the national championship thing, the Omaha thing. So Ole Miss only made it once before this in 2014, and not just to make it to Omaha, but to win that national title. And Ole Miss is obviously dominating them in football now too. Dude, State fans, like the ones I know and stuff, they were terrified all last week. Like they were just like, y'all, they knew, they saw. I mean, the way this team was rolling, everybody saw that it was possible. But Dave Portnoy, how do you hire Walker and me, and then both teams went back to back?
Yeah, it's kind of insane, dude. It's insane.
I mean, it's like he sold his soul, dude. You know how the hell is that possible? And I don't know if you saw. Go through Dave's Twitter. I mean, it is just outrageous. Yeah. Him and Big Cat's Twitter yesterday is outrageous. The shirt they came out with the old Mincy shirt with me with the disco shirt on with like looking like the king thing. That is just. I mean, it's just a bananas world, man.
No, we talked about it earlier, man. It's like, especially in the barstool world, having the guy, the Portnoy, the president, like having the man who decides everything on your side is crucial, and he is firmly on your side, Mincy. And it's pretty wild, dude. Your own personal rise directly coincides with what has been a couple of good years for Ole Miss sports here, dude. I mean, Lane Kiffin and the football program's rolling. The baseball went to the national championship, 5-1 against LSU this last year. You got to be feeling a little fat and cocky right now.
Oh, man, and just also the Arkansas revenge this year, beating them in that crazy football game and then knocking them out in Omaha. Because Arkansas has beaten Ole Miss in so many heartbreakers in my life, especially 2015.
Yep.
Before the 25, the 7 OT my freshman year. I mean, we got such revenge on them too. It's just so crazy, man. I feel like I'm part of it. It's just we hit lightning, and I mean, I just think that there's the energy just through the fan base and the programs is just so like ridiculously positive right now, and people are so fired up. It's spreading like wildfire. And I'll say this too, man. I'm gonna fly into Memphis tomorrow. National championship parade Wednesday night in Oxford. I mean, I've been waiting too long, and been such a part of this that we're going to be there for sure.
The tour continues. Is Chris
Summer
Castellani going to be with
tour,
you?
Castellani will not be for that. The summer tour is just getting started, man. Let's not forget the World Series Poker main event like coming up next week. So
the Destroyer, Mincy.
We're gonna get the Destroyer out of the bullpen. If Ole Miss can win a national title, why can't I make my third deep run in the main?
Hell yeah! Well, okay, so that's what I was going to ask you, man. How do you transform into the Destroyer? Like when do you flip that switch?
Well, I'm going to try to flip it. I mean, I'm going to go back to Mississippi, and I'm going to talk to Elko and Kevin Graham, and I'm going to try to do just an unbelievable, last interview with them walking around Swayze Field the next couple of days. I think it's just going to be perfect. But I'm going to try to get out to Vegas. So the main event, I'm playing Wednesday, July 6th. I'm going to try to get out there this Friday or something like that to play a couple of warm-up tournaments because I got to be honest, I've been so busy. I've only played poker 4 times in 2022. Yeah. And so I can't just show up cold in the main and expect to kill it. So I'm really trying to get out there Friday or Saturday, play a couple of warm-up events, and then, get mentally, try to be ready on Wednesday. But I still feel pretty good about it. I mean, even though I went over 3 or 4 in Cherokee, I still felt like, poker to an extent like riding a bike, you're a little rusty, but yeah. I'm not putting anything past me. I feel like something could happen.
Well, I mean, the universe is smiling right now, Mincy. When you're hot, you're hot. I mean, didn't your picks also go really well during all of this as well?
Oh, dude, I crushed this NCAA tourney.
There you go. Dude.
Omaha made a little money, but I destroyed the regional and super regionals. I ended up winning over 50 units. Anybody that rode with me in this NCAA tourney is ecstatic. I raced all that from last year. That was part of the Vengeance Tour. And then, T-Bob, last week, I've had some great weeks in my life, but the Omaha, all the Ole Miss stuff, and on the day off, I flew to Red Rocks, saw Panic Friday, it popped up there. People were losing their mind. I sent out a cryptic tweet Friday morning, I wonder what I'm going to get into in this day off, And then I just popped up on a Red Rocks video Friday night. People were losing their minds, man.
Oh man, the King of the South, according to Dave Portnoy. It's a good man to have him calling you king. Ben Mintz, Barstool Mincy, national champion, Barstool Sports. Mincy, congrats, man. Congrats.
I feel like the LSU fans hadn't been as bad. I know there's animosity toward Ole Miss, but I feel like people were legitimately. Everybody was kind of cheering for Ole Miss in this one. I felt like.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know if I would say cheering for Ole Miss. I think that, like myself, a lot of people through the years have probably made a lot of Ole Miss friends. And even though everybody likes to bust balls, I think it's hard not to be happy for your friends when something like this happens. Like when you see the pure emotion and ecstasy on your face and everyone else's after that game, you'd have to be a pretty miserable human beings to want to crap all over that. Yeah,
well, it's also the thing too, man. Like I said before, LSU's 6 baseball and 3 football in the last since 1990 or something. Yeah. You won 9. That's just insane. And we've never won 1. Ever. Yeah. And to just you almost want fan bases to get to experience that once in a lifetime.
Well, and in
when
football,
you're a fan,
in football, this can't happen. There are no underdogs. You cannot be small or not the elite power and win in football. Basketball, there's a better chance, but you're still fighting uphill. Baseball is the only sport where this stuff can still happen.
Yeah, and it's just confidence and momentum. Baseball's a funny game, man. Fresno State was a 4 seed and won it in 08. Yeah. Oregon State, when they won their second title in 07, when they were the 64th team in. So almost the second team to do that. And dude, it's literally surreal. I can't wrap my head around the Ole Miss national champion thing.
Hell yeah.
Because once you get that, it's different from now on. No matter what happens from now on, this happened. And I'm kind of still speechless about it. Omaha, and like I said, our fans. Everybody came. I'm sure you saw it on TV.
Yeah.
I saw people I hadn't seen in 15 or 20 years everywhere. Our entire fan base came. And it was so special, man. It's I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to forget.
Hell yeah, Mincy. Congrats, man, and enjoy the rest of the tour, and we'll catch up with you before the main event.
Oh, yeah, we will, man. This summer, Big Cat just texted me that said summer staying summer of Mincy, so we'll see.
Okay, we will see. Ben Mintz at Barstool Mincy. Closing out the show next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
On Monday, we're talking College World Series and baseball transfer portal. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. Remind you to go to GoTrosOutdoorPower.com, GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. All your heavy equipment needs are there for you at GoTros. Shane Gotro and the family have been at it for 18 years, y'all. So remember, when you buy from GoTros, you get free delivery anywhere in the state. You get full access to both the parts and service departments. And so if you need some Hustler equipment, why not go with the largest Hustler dealer in the state? That's your friends over there at GoTros. We love local business here on OTB, so support GoTros. We also like gambling money. So you should download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, promo code Baton Rouge, and take advantage of the deals there. Ask the Bench. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Some in the chat saying, I'm happy for Ole Miss because I'm not really intimidated by Ole Miss. I think Jay Johnson is building a monster here. It was definitely good, as good of a weekend as it was for Ole Miss. I do think it probably eased some of LSU Tiger fans' pain that here you had LSU with a big weekend as well in college baseball, which, again, if you missed it because we weren't on YouTube at the beginning, check out the show a bit later on, or you can check out the podcast feed. Remember, we have our own Apple and Spotify podcast feeds now for OTB, where we broke down the big weekend, getting the big transfers, as well as hiring Wes Johnson straight from the Twins to come be the pitching coach here at LSU. And with the transfers, of course, I'm talking about Tommy White, a.k.a. Tommy Tanks. And why am I blanking on the pitcher from Vandy? What's his name?
Christian Little.
Christian Little. Thank you, Mark. Christian Little. Who I didn't realize I was making Little a year older than he even was after he talked to Ben McDonald. Remember, drink cold Coors Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. There's nothing that goes better when you're kicking with the fellas in a little Coors Light. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. The full crew will be back tomorrow for a Tuesday show, so we will see you then. Have a great weekend, y'all.
OTB, OT.
Get it, boys?
Oh, yeah, Brody.
Yeah. You didn't,
I forgot that happened.
You legitimately didn't get it at first. Okay. Go to AccuTempBR.com where they always get it. If you need any AC, heating, or electrical needs, you want to go to AccuTempBR.com where you're going to get service to the highest degree. Okay? AccuTempBR.com. Yes, a few weeks ago, I had a roof leak that coincided with a light bulb going out. I thought there was an electrical problem. I did call AccuTemp. They came out and they fixed it. I paid them a dispatch fee to just screw in a light bulb. Embarrassing. No doubt. But my wife, when she was not chastising me, and this is legitimate, I'm not lying here, was like, dude, the service was incredible. And don't take my word for it. Go look at the reviews online. 4.9 Google review rating with over 1,000 reviews. The internet loves them, which is so hard to do. So again, go to AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com.
The best things in summer are unofficial. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.